Hello and welcome to the Justice for Gamers video game podcast. Well, who'd have thought it? We made a second episode. In this episode, we're going to be talking about our latest F4P. We're going to be going through some of the games that we've been playing, and also we're going to be hitting up the news because there's been a lot this week. We finally got some questions sent in to us from some of our die-hard fans, so we'll be going through them in our question and answer section. So, sit back, relax, enjoy the show, and mostly, have fun.
Hello and welcome to the second ever Justice for Gamers podcast. How are you? How are you, Ash?
Oh, I'm fantastic, buddy. I can't wait to talk about video games. There's so much going on right now.
There's been loads this week, hasn't there? There has actually been quite a lot. I've been used to having lots of quiet weeks since Christmas. There's always that little lull, but there's all sorts to talk about this week, which is great.
Like the song, it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
Yes, definitely. Firstly, I'd like to take this moment to apologise for the fact that I sounded like a snake last week. I can understand that some people might not want me to sound like a snake. About 3 or 4 days before we recorded that podcast, my trusty MacBook of 7 years melted.
Actually melted?
The graphics card melted, and the graphics card's obviously integrated on cheap MacBooks. So yeah, it literally melted onto the motherboard.
Yeah, cheap. MacBooks are cheap.
Well, okay.
Anyway,
it was a basic model at the time. Anyway, it died. It died horribly, and as such, I'm currently using a Toshiba netbook of a similar age. It's not very powerful, and it's got a sound card in there that, I don't know, is not good. But I think we've probably sorted it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm going to enjoy editing this, aren't I? I can't wait.
Yeah, you love it.
I love it.
I can't do it. I've got a shit netbook, mate. What am I supposed to do?
You are toilet.
Other improvements made since last week. I believe you invested heavily in some new equipment.
No, I've spent a fortune. At least £12 on a £12 on a pop shield and one of those fucking really cool crazy arm stands, so it's just like attached to my desk, so I feel like really important, like I'm in a radio show now. I've
seen that. You sent me a photo of that.
Yeah, I did.
I'm very jealous. Yeah. Very jealous of that.
Gel, mate. So that's our weeks, pretty much.
Yeah, exciting lives.
Yeah,
exciting. So what else is exciting? The site's live.
Yeah, we're up and going. How many articles have we got to date now? 3?
I think we've got like 8. It depends if you include Fonz or Phoenix or not. They're not really articles, but we've got lots of stuff.
Yes, we have got lots of stuff.
Yes, we've got lots of bits and bobs on there. What else? We started making some videos as well, going live on YouTube over the next couple of days, which is exciting.
More editing.
We're now on iTunes, officially on iTunes. Yeah. If you search for us on there, then you'll find us, Justice for Gamers podcast. And yeah, you should be able to find us on all of the various phone apps like Podcast Addict and
other ones that I don't know. I don't know if there's there anymore. That. You've got a different one. You don't use.
Yeah.
Wow.
I use Podcast Republic.
There you go. If you use that, you can now get us on there without trying to find our ridiculously hard RSS feed that I had to describe to one of our friends.
They weren't happy. They were after simplicity. I can't blame them for that.
He saw a button, he clicked on it, and he got a picture of a mouse. You know, that's not what you want when you want a podcast.
Good photo, though.
It was, and we got there in the end. So, F4P, are we going balls deep into it?
Yeah, I think so. Well, we obviously last week when we recorded, the site wasn't live. We'd had no feedback on anything, and so everything on F4P is new as far as you're concerned. As far as we're concerned, there were 3 or 4 things on there.
I'm very concerned.
Yeah. I'm always concerned. I'm serious. I'm an adult. I'm concerned. So I picked two things from Fonz or Phoenix, and I picked 2 negative ones, which give you an insight into my general psyche. I think they're things that we'd actually talked about last week, or certainly the Drive Club one is. Still no Drive Club private lobbies, which is pertinent this week because last couple of days they've started talking about
There's
the
another
next
update.
for
Yeah,
Drive
there
Club.
isn't there?
That's right. Bringing in offline replays. That's right. There was
Offline
a racing
replay.
game was released.
What?
Oh yeah, you can't have online replays yet. They're not there yet. They're still working on
I thought there
those.
was already online replays, and they're making it
No, there's
offline.
no-
You know, like how SimCity was online only, and now it's not.
No. There's been up until this point. There's been no replays in that racing
No,
game.
there was photo mode, wasn't there? Photo mode.
That was another update, yeah. But still no private lobbies, which is literally the only thing that matters. Private lobbies. I'm sure lots of people listening to this will agree with me.
I'm not going to quote Slipknot again. We just don't need that.
No. We'll touch on a news story here for later on in the podcast, but Project Cars has been delayed again this week, and so it's just got to the point where there's no racing games to play, because if you go onto Drive Club's public servers, then you just get shunted. You can't play proper racing on there. And the other Fonz of Phoenix stories, PES 2015, we bigged up their new faces last week.
Big face.
But it's worth noting we're still having problems with their servers on the online team play. I know we have this problem on Friday nights, don't we?
Yeah, constantly. Like, I don't understand why. They can clearly see they've got stats on how many people have bought it and are playing it. And why? It doesn't make sense. We bought your game, why can't we play it? It's simple. Make it work.
All I can think is it's like a netcode problem or something. But the weird thing is, if you Google search private lobbies for, not private lobbies, sorry, I'm getting confused with the other thing. If you the team play, if you Google online team play server issues, nothing comes up. No one's complaining online about it, which is kind of rare for the internet. So I'm not sure what's going on there.
Maybe it's just us.
But yeah, pretty annoying.
Yeah.
You go on there and you just keep getting server is full messages all the time. It's pretty toilet.
Establishing communications, transferring the necessary data.
Necessary data.
Sending and receiving.
Yeah.
Sorry, not transferring. Sending and receiving the
They're very
necessary
precise.
data. They are probably the best for their notifications, I must say, in that game. They
tell
are
you exactly
fantastic.
what's going on.
Exactly. You know, all the time during the game, when it goes out for a throw-in, when it goes out for a corner, they got to establish the communication for that.
The best one's when every now and again you'll just get booted out of a game halfway through it, and it'll come up with a message saying the game has ended due to unforeseen circumstances. What does that mean?
I reckon there's been like a riot and a pitch invasion. So it's like, shit, we got to call this game off, guys. We can't handle this virtual bombardment of rioters. It's all kicking off.
Just the idea that Konami put a message in their game where they're like,
We don't know. We don't know.
don't know what.
It's impressive.
So yeah, that's a couple of Phoenixes. There's plenty of Fonzes if you get on the website and have a look. And if you've got some ideas for Fonz or Phoenix, we'd love to hear from you. Contact at justiceforgamers.com. That'd be lovely.
Nice plug.
So let's move on from that to what we've been playing this week. I really want to know what you've been playing this week, Ash.
Well, what haven't I been playing this week?
Well, that as well.
Well, exactly. The list will be long for that one. We'd be here for a while. But, so, we started dabbling about with videos and things like that. But before we did a video together, I actually made my own video of the first time that I played Abe's, what's his name, Odyssey, Oddworld News, new big tasty thing. Whatever it is. Abe's Odyssey, that's the one. It's coming to me.
Yeah.
And let's just say it was painful. It wasn't.
You're not liking that.
I really, really don't like it. Like, I went in there thinking, right, I'm ready. And like in the video, I was like, "Oh, please don't be a 2D side scroller." Like I knew it was going to be a side scroller anyway, so I don't really know why I said that. Like I think I was just pissed off about the first cutscene just going on, and like his voice was so boring. And there's a bit in there, yeah, he's like hanging upside down by these chains, and there's all this writing where it's been scratched on the walls where it looks like he's counted the days down. How's he done that if he's tied up with chains hanging upside down? How's he gotten over to that wall and like scribbled down each day? Is it like how?
What, are his arms tied?
Yeah, his arms are tied
in the chains.
Yeah. How's he done that, mate?
Have you seen his tongue?
Right, he might have some kind of like sharp tongue.
Lizard tongue, like a lizard tongue.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
Possibly. Okay.
That's all I've got for you.
So, yeah, it's a meat factory, and they're making food of some sort, and then he finds out that, oh shit, the new food they're going to make is out of... It's literally the first credits. How's it a spoiler?
I know, I've played this as well.
We're talking about 2 minutes into the game.
Being an arsehole.
Fucking hell. And, oh, spoilers. Yeah, so they're going to start making meat out of, or food out of him, like Abe's popsicles or whatever it is, or ice lollies in England we call them, not popsicles. So he's like, oh no, I didn't realise at the bat that the thing was, I've got to get all these guys out of it. I was just like, oh, I've just got to escape. So I just go about it, trying to escape. Anyway, immediately it thrust me into this like tutorial section where I'm meant to be able to read this. Like these words like going across the screen, I miss it completely. I can't read that fast. I'm a bit spazzy, you know. So I stumbled my way through a little bit of it, and then I managed to fall down this hole, and fuck me do I know what I'm doing. Then, like literally I'm there for like 5, 6, probably more, just going like, this is terrible. I don't know what I'm doing, because like I finally find out after finding my way out of the hole that the next tutorial step is learning how to use the ability that I get out of the hole. Why would you put that in there before you learn about it?
What, so the bit that tells you what to do came after the bit where you needed to know that?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But I think you're not meant to fall down this hole. I pull a trap to get one of the enemies to fall down the hole, and then because I'm really special, and no, it's not because I'm special, because the game is rubbish and the controls are horrible, I ended up jumping down into the hole as well, and then it spawned me in this new location where like it was just like, here's some bombs. I'm like, how do I throw these bombs? Oh, right, R1 or something like that, and aim. And then there's these birds flying about, and I'm like, what are these all about? And then finally I find out holding both down triggers makes this portal that you can go through and shit like that. And, so I got through that bit and then found out about the portals, and then literally after that, like that was like 18 minutes, 20 minutes or something, and I was like, I've had enough. I really don't want to play this. Like the controls are bad. The art style's quite nice. It looks good, like, but it's a remake or a remaster, whatever you want to call it. So it's, yeah, I'm not impressed with that game. I'm not. I thought about after doing the video and watching it back, because I was like, oh shit, this is really negative. I shouldn't be like that. You know, I've got to look at the positives. And I thought about going back to it, and I was just like, nah, I don't want to.
No, man, first impression is a first impression. Like, yeah. You're just being honest. I'm totally with you. We very, very briefly mentioned this game last week because it was one of the new PS Plus roster. Yeah. And I said to you, I played it straight after Counter Spy, and you can imagine how I felt about the control system having just played Counter Spy. And
that's exactly what I thought after doing it. I was like, yeah, you're right, because like playing Counter Spy, it's once again 2D side scroller, or just a side scroller. And it's nice and smooth, you know, like going into cover, being able to jump, or just walk around and turn back and forward, like what you expect from it. But this game, like Abe's Odyssey, it just feels so woolly and like, I don't know, it's not reactive enough. And the jump button, why would you have up on the controller as a jump button as well as X? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not keen on that at all. I do wonder, I mean, neither of us, I think, again, we mentioned this last week, so we shouldn't go over it too much, but neither of us really played the original games, Odyssey and Exodus.
No.
And I wonder if any of this is a bit of a hangover, because, you know, it's like a remaster or whatever. Maybe there's certain design decisions they made there to keep the continuity from the old games that possibly they wouldn't have done in a new title. You know, maybe some of the woolly controls and stuff is part of preserving the feel. I don't know. Maybe I don't know because I didn't play the originals. But all I know is by modern day standards, that game
just not good enough.
Feels pretty.
It's not good enough.
Yeah, it's just not for us. Not for us.
I just don't think it's good enough in general, especially when you play Counter-Spy. The controls on that are nice and slick and smooth, and this just isn't.
Have you been playing that this week?
I dabbled I think I did about 2 or 3 levels in it. Enjoyed it, but I kept getting discovered, so I had to fucking just scarper to the end. I don't know why. I was trying to do it all sneaky and stealthy. I just failed miserably, but I think it'll be a game that I'll just pick up and play. I haven't got any issues with it. Like I said last week, I liked the 2D to 3D aspect of it, but yeah. It looks cool.
Yeah, man. And what else have you been playing? Anything?
Well, obviously we've been playing Helldivers because we've got a video coming up on that, and yeah, that's just been awesome. Like, we spoke about it last week, and nothing's changed apart from the fact that I finally found out that upgrading the UAV, like, it actually shows you the samples apparently. So I've now done that. I haven't used it yet.
And I was having a pop at you because you wouldn't shut up about having some sort of way of finding the samples. Little did I know that is an option.
Yeah.
And
so in the video that we're putting up, I have put an apology at the beginning, saying that I'm a retard and a bit of a dick for saying, "Oh, why isn't this in the game? It's stupid."
Imagine if you hadn't done that.
I know.
People are watching the video; they'd all be like swan diving out of windows left, right, and centre.
They wouldn't be happy,
freaking out.
Yeah, apologies. I put my hands up. I should have probably looked a bit further or played the game a bit more, you know. But yeah, I found that out.
What a bloody great game, though. What a game that is. So much fun. Like, we were so down when we loaded up the other night for GTA Heists, you know, the release day of G. We were so pissed off because we were like, we've been waiting for that mode for ages. And probably took Helldivers 10 minutes for me to completely forget that disappointment, and we ended up having a brilliant night of gaming.
Yeah, it was
just
really
playing
good.
Helldivers,
getting our mech suits and stuff. It was wicked, wasn't
it? Yeah,
it's cool.
Oh, cool game.
That's pretty much me. Yeah, like we said, we tried to play GTA Heist. It is now working. Private lobbies are back up now and everything, so that's good news. I've got me wad of cash ready to fund our next heist, so we'll probably do. I don't know, we can't really do a video on that because there's only the 2 of us. Maybe, we might do, we'll see.
We'll try and work something out. We'll definitely have played it by the next podcast.
There'll be a lot of information about it in the next podcast.
I'd imagine it'd be a good idea for us to do a little impressions article on that as well for the website, so we'll probably pop that up in the next week or so as well.
Yeah, it's probably good.
Although, I'd imagine if you're listening to this, then you probably have GTA and you're probably going to have played the heists, but you might want to know what we're playing and what we think of it as well, so...
That's pretty much my week wrapped up in games.
Cool, man.
It's been good. There's been highs and lows, you know, mixed emotions. But yeah, it's been good.
Sort of this is your life moment going on right now.
Yeah. So anyway, what have you been playing, and is it just Trials? Because yeah, that's pretty much. I think that's all you're gonna play from now on. Because why wouldn't you? Because it's awesome.
Do you know? I didn't play Trials for all this time because it didn't have the option for us to play together. Like, it didn't have the Supercross mode. Since the Supercross mode came out, and we dabbled with it a couple of times, I've played hours of the single player, like just going through Track Central, downloading various ones.
So all the stuff that's already been there then.
Yeah, stuff that I could have been playing for the last 11 months.
Yeah.
And it's taken the update the update that doesn't involve any of that for me to pick up the game and properly play. So yeah, I've been really enjoying it. I've been on Track Central, downloading loads of different ones and making little favourites lists. And
nice.
Yeah, we've played some together as well. But yeah, it's a great game. It really is a great game. It's not for everyone because sometimes you're playing it and you just basically driving for half a second, crashing, hitting a circle or B. Driving for half a second.
I did run out of time on a track the other day, so that's 30 minutes on one track. Just
You're a seasoned veteran. Like there's got to be something pretty nasty in there to scupper you.
Well, I was stuck on one bit, and I did manage to get past it, but then there was more. There's always more, and yeah, it was horrific, stupid extreme tracks. Who makes them? Then I got on the bloody leaderboards and it's like, yeah, someone's done that in a minute and a half. I'm like, yeah, cunt.
It's different world to me. I don't know. And we also discovered this week something that I kind of suspected already, that there is nothing more annoying than someone better than you at Trials trying to explain to you how to play Trials. Like, there's nothing more infuriating than that. It just makes you want to put your controller through the screen because you probably know what you're supposed to do, but you do not possess the talent to do it. And yeah, and they're just trying to help.
just trying to be friendly, buddy. You know.
Yeah. I wasn't going to single you out. But
who else are you going to play Trials with, really?
Yeah. True.
No one else wants to play
the rest of our lot don't really like the challenge of Trials because it is infuriating. Like it's a sort of torture. I don't know why I like it so much, but I do.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So, I tell you what I have been playing this week the most and really getting into Transistor.
That was the PS Plus game? Was it last month or the month before or something? Wasn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember if it was February or January.
I'm going to say February because January wasn't that like First Light and stuff like yeah, it was First Light, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was First Light. So yeah, Transistor. I love Transistor.
Yeah,
I love it. I didn't love it when I loaded it up first time. The first time I loaded it up, in fact, and still at this point, every time I load up Transistor, it tells me that I need that there's an update available for it, and I can't use network features until I update.
Has it got network features then?
Well, I haven't seen any, but it does it every single time. I have the update that it's talking about,
yeah,
but I cannot get that to go away. I've tried deleting the update, re-downloading the update, still comes up every single time. It doesn't seem to matter because, yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything going on network-wise. There's probably leaderboards, but I'm not going to get into it that much.
Yeah.
So this game, am I right in thinking you played Bastion?
Yeah, I did play a lot of Bastion. I think I got that on one of the Humble Bundles for the 69p ones, which are brilliant.
Yeah.
I got that, and yeah, I really enjoyed Bastion. I think it's is it Super Giant Games? I think they do it.
That's right.
Yeah, I like their art
What was the combat system in that? Was there a combat system? I don't know anything about Bastion, by the way.
It did. I don't think it had the chain thing in it.
Was it the pause thing though, like the sort of Fallout VATS thing?
No, not that I remember. I don't remember doing any of that. I could be completely wrong though. This was like quite a while ago that I played it.
Yeah, putting you on the spot.
The main thing I remember about Bastion was the art style was wicked. I really enjoyed that, and how the levels kind of like popped up from nowhere, like out of the ground, even though there is no ground because it's in the sky. But the best thing was the narrating in that game. That was fantastic. Like, you jump off the edge and he's like, oh, and the hero has fallen to his death, but then he rises again. But it's like this like really cool, smooth, like American guy, and it just sounds wicked. It's really funny.
Oh, okay. See, I need to play that game now because I've probably played like 6-7 hours of Transistor this week.
Yeah.
And there's so many things I love about this game. There's a couple of things I don't, but it looks amazing. Like the art style is just it's fabulous. I love it. It looks amazing. The soundtrack is fucking brilliant as well. It sounds everything just sounds wonderful, and the story is very interesting. It's all very confusing, but you kind of find out things as you go, and I always like that. I don't mind there being like a sort of wave of confusion at the beginning, and you slowly learn what's going on here and there. But the thing about it, that it's taken me a while to work out what the hell's going on, but I've kind of got there with it now, is the combat system. You've got this sword that you're carrying around. The sword is actually the narrator as well. It talks to you all the way through the game.
What other that Dust, was it Dust did that as well, wasn't it? You remember that other?
I don't know.
There was a PS Plus game a while ago, and that had like a talking sword in it.
Oh, the Elysium Tale thing.
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, that did have a talking sword.
Why did I say call it Dust?
No, it was Dust. Dust and Elysium Tale.
There you go.
I played a couple of hours of that actually. Yeah, no, well remembered.
Nailed it.
Yeah, that was quite cool actually. So this has got this mechanic in it where you pop the right trigger down, and it pauses everything, and then you've got a certain number of moves and steps that you can make while everything's paused.
Yeah.
So it's like it's reminiscent of the Fallout system, the VAT system, where you can pause and select. But in this, you can select where you will move once the game resumes. So.
So it's kind of like.
Have you seen Chronicles of Riddick?
What, the film?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The evil bastard geezer in that's got this sort of ability where he can. It's basically exactly the same as this thing. Like, he can move a certain amount in like super speed while the world is carrying on at normal speed.
Yeah.
But he has to commit to those things, and then once that's over, and in Transistor, once you've made your move, you have to wait a certain amount of time for the bar to recharge before you can do it again, at which point you're defenseless. So as well as selecting where you're going to be attacking, the certain people that you're attacking, or robots, or I think it's like a virus that you're actually attacking in various nodes and so on.
Yeah.
So you need to sort of get in and get out. You need to pop yourself somewhere safe while you recharge before you can attack again.
Okay.
And I've never played anything like it, and I think it's brilliant. It's really clever. I didn't like it at first. I just wanted to I was expecting hack and slash, if I'm honest.
Yeah. I think that's what.
If I'd played Bastion, I probably would have known better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe quite a lot of our PlayStation listeners will have already played this because it was on PS Plus a good month ago. But
yeah.
I don't know about you, but I do tend to miss games here and there. I'll download them, and then they'll be sitting on my console without me having got my teeth into them. And I've been meaning to play this game for ages. I would highly recommend it. I think I'm quite near the end. I think it's only a sort of 5-6 hour campaign, but everything about it, the narration, the music, the feel of it, the art style.
Yeah.
It is a wonderful game. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Good.
Other than that, I've been playing Helldivers with you.
Yep.
Helldivers is fucking brilliant, and you should buy it. If you were on our Facebook or Twitter over the last week or so, then you would have spotted us tweet the 10% off voucher for UK. I would have used that on Helldivers if I were you, but I'm not going to tell you what to do.
There was a point when that day was on, there was already 20% off, and you could get another 10%. That would have been ace.
Yep.
We could have saved 10%.
It's a great game.
That's like £1.30 we could have saved or something.
Yep. We are not sponsored by Helldivers, by the way. Just want to make that clear to everyone.
Or 10% discount codes. We're not sponsored by 10% discount.
We're not sponsored by. yeah, we're not sponsored by 10% discount codes from Sony.
Right.
So yeah. Other than that, I've been playing PES 2015. You know, last week I told you my tale of how I've got to get the 6 superstar wins.
I do. I remember.
54 games I've got to play before I can get up to superstar difficulty.
What are you on?
I've played 28 of those games already.
Halfway there, mate. This time next week.
Well on the way.
Be there.
I'll keep you all posted because I know that you really want to fucking know what's going on with that. So. And now it's time for the news.
The news. It's gonna go every time now. You know it.
Yeah, totally. Well, it'll end up being a jingle.
Yeah, I'll make
That's
it. I'll make a jingle out of the news.
We get involved.
Yeah, okay.
It'd be beautiful.
Maybe a rap.
Okay, so maybe a rap. Yeah, a rap would be good.
No. So the news, go.
Right. The news, go. Number one. Yeah, we're moving out of comedy into serious right now. The first news story we have this week: EA shuts down Maxis. Ash, what do you think of that?
Shit.
Shit!
What do you think about that?
I think it sucks. I think it proper sucks.
Yeah, it's a big kick in the dick, innit, really?
I've grown up with these Maxis games, man. Like, it's really disappointing. It really is. I loved. I mean, the first one I played. I think I played SimCity 2000, which is a long time ago and gives you some sort of idea how old I am.
Mate, I remember playing. Was it Sim Ant? I don't even know what year that was. Did you ever play Sim Ant?
DOS game.
Yeah. Did you play that?
I didn't play it. No, I'm pretty sure it predates Windows.
I'm pretty sure I had it at school or something on like the school computer, and I played Sim Ant, and I was like, "Wow, this is amazing." But yeah, that was that was my first experience into that. But yeah, SimCity 2000. Go on, what a game!
Yeah, 2000 was good. 3000 was my favourite. I loved that game. I loved everything about it. I loved the music and just I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. And The Sims. Do you remember when The Sims first came out? The first
Sims, yeah.
There was nothing. There'd never been anything like that before. It was amazing. It was around, and I think it was Tamagotchi era as well. So everyone was fucking well up for that.
Yeah, it was about the same time, wasn't it? Like those Tamagotchis were mental, weren't they? Like everyone had them.
Everyone just wanted to look after something for some reason. And, you know, all I can think is during the 90s, a lot of parents were really fucking evil and didn't let their kids have pets.
Yeah, so like, oh, this is it. Yeah, that.
I wasn't only allowed a goldfish, so I had a Tamagotchi.
The Sims came out in February 4th, 2000. So, yeah, it was just after the 90s. So, yeah, 15, yeah, so... Yeah, I was in secondary school just before GCSEs or whatever then, yeah. So, yeah, it was definitely time with Tamagotchis. Yeah, you're right.
I tell you what, I had a Tamagotchi and I think it was 7 days old and I dropped it in me cereal.
No, mate. Killed it. Drowned in cereal.
No,
what a way to go.
I put it in the airing cupboard. I think I used the hairdryer on it, put it in the airing cupboard. I got it back going again in a disgracefully horrible twist. That Tamagotchi, from then on in, always died at the age that it was dropped in the cereal.
So it would only live to 7 days.
So it would, no matter what I did, no matter how well I took care of it, it would always die at 7. And I was heartbroken. Anyway,
Maxis, yes.
Yeah, Maxis. Maxis have been going since '87, and
it's nearly as old as us.
Brought out some brilliant games. I can't help but think that the online DRM of the latest SimCity is one of the reasons that they have gone under. Or I say gone under, I mean been killed by EA. And I also, and I am speculating here, by the way, these are my opinions. I can't help but think that the DRM didn't help them. I also can't help but think that the DRM was an EA thing.
Yeah, because Maxis came out and said, this is all us. We are doing this. We think this is
best. They would do, wouldn't they?
Well, yeah, I mean, if they're getting paid to do that, then yeah, they will do.
They came out and stood by the online. Because basically, if you don't know the story about this, SimCity came out. It was a reasonable game, quite a few bugs in it, but it had a problem with online DRM where you had to be online at all times to play it. You couldn't play it otherwise. And when the game launched, the servers just crumbled. You couldn't play it at all.
My experience with that is we left it a while before buying it because, well, just like every computer game launch that has online, it will always die at the beginning because there's never ever enough like servers or whatever to make the game run properly. So we left it a few months till we picked it up, and then we get it, and I'm like, yeah, we played it one night, and then like next night I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get in there, start building my own city, like do like a single player thing, because that was the nice thing, there was like a multiplayer function to it now. But my internet Virgin had like died, and it was gonna be like, I think my router died, and it was gonna be offline for like 3 days, and I was like, for fuck's sake, online DRM really sucks. Because before that I was like, yeah, it's fine, I've always got the internet, why, who hasn't got the internet these days, it's fine, don't worry about it. And then boom, one day into it, just dead. So there I am with my mobile, like tethering it through my PC. I'm like, yeah, watching my data just in case I go over me like 500 meg a month.
You actually got on like that, didn't you?
Yeah, I got on it, and it worked. And like
hotspotting through your mobile.
Yeah. and so I was able to play SimCity, and I was like, yeah, I'm all right. So yeah, but yeah, so online DRM sucks balls, man. It is not cool.
Yeah, and it felt very EA and not very Maxis.
Yeah.
I know they stood by it at the time. Incidentally, I was following, I can't remember if it was on NeoGAF or Reddit, but I was following the story earlier in the week, and there was a guy on there who it seems was a Maxis employee, a former Maxis employee, sort of spilling the beans, and he kind of made the distinction where he was saying, no, it's not bad working for EA. Like when Maxis got took over by EA, it was good. They got good benefits, and it was a good package, and EA were very fair and everything. But what he did say was that what EA wants, EA gets. And if EA made the decision to put online DRM in that game, then Maxis had to comply with that. And I don't think that helped. I don't think the new Sims, was it the Sims 4 that came out fairly recently, that was kind of panned as well.
Yeah, because of there was lots of stuff missing as well from it.
Yeah, things that weren't in the previous games.
Yeah, and there was the argument of, oh, do you want a really good game or do you want lots of stuff? And they went for, well, we'll have a really good game with little stuff, and then you can buy all the extra stuff later. It's like, well, why not just wait a bit and do both? No. Yeah,
well, either way, I suppose we'll have to move on, but we're both pretty sad that Maxis is dead. For one of the many reasons that Sim Golf was one of the very first games that me and you played together. We sort of bonded over that game when we were back at college, which was literally exactly what you're thinking in your head right now if you haven't heard of it before. It's a sim game where you make a golf course, and then you can play the golf course. That, what more do you want? That's what it's all about. Now it's time for our arbitrary division story of the week. This is a new feature on the Justice for Gamers podcast, where we update you on whatever the latest nonsense out of the Division's Facebook page is, as they continue to bombard us with hype and preamble before even giving us a release date. Ash, what do you think about the latest Division story of the week? Some guys made the Division diorama. Well,
he obviously took a page out of my book, thinking about the diorama I was meant to do for this week. But,
you were going to do a diorama about the word inaugural.
I was.
And I've yet to see any photographic evidence of that, whereas this guy is more than happy to make a diorama of a game that isn't out yet.
And probably won't come out for a long time.
Well, we just don't know.
No, nobody does. Classic. But yeah, my diorama, you can fuck off. I thought about it. I didn't even research the word. I ain't doing shit for you.
It's Tokyo Joe was the name of the guy. I presume that's a gamer tag of some description. But
first name Tokyo, second name Joe. Good name.
It's quite good, man. It's quite a good diorama. Police car in that. Anyway, let's move on from that, and we'll move on to something I know you're actually quite excited about, and I'm quite surprised that you're excited about. We can talk about Battlefield Hardline now. Do you want to?
Don't believe the hype.
Do you want to talk about why you're excited about Battlefield Hardline before or after I read this news story?
Let's go for the news story first. Let's get the bad news out of the way, and then I can enlighten our listeners with the joyous thoughts that it's going to be good about this game.
Okay. So the news story is Battlefield Hardline is going to be 900p at 60 frames on PS4 and 720p 60 frames on the Xbox One. Of course, 1080 60 on the PC.
I don't think it's going to be 1080 on your PC.
It's not going to be 1080 on my netbook.
No. So,
because my netbook refuses to go any higher than 1024.
Well, there you go.
So
it's going to be the problem there.
I'm having to zoom out of websites to view them properly on this netbook.
Special.
Yeah.
So that's once again. There's the classic argument of, oh yeah, the PS4 is better than the Xbox, but nah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and we've done that. We've done that in the past. But I've got to say that I know we've got the PS4. We went for the PS4 mainly because we didn't want to spend the extra money on a Kinect that we didn't want. But the problem is it's not the fact that the Xbox it's going to be running at a lower resolution than the PlayStation. I think the problem for console gamers, as a console gamer, I'm concerned that these new generation consoles, in such an early stage in their life cycle, definitely, when they're allegedly basically PCs, cannot run 1080p graphics at 60 frames a second. It concerns me.
We're a year and a bit into these cycles of these games, and the games can't run on them. That's a massive issue. Like, well, they can run, but like at a stunted frame rate or a stunted, pixelation size and things like that. It's not. It is scary, not scary, but it's worrying, very, especially if it's meant to be,
It's massively concerning, man. I mean, this year, November is the 10-year anniversary of the 360.
Yeah.
And they're talking about, I can't see how these consoles are going to go more than another 4 or 5 years. If they can't run early, if they can't run games now that, I've seen Hardline, and I don't think it looks that amazing. It's Frostbite 3, same as Battlefield 4.
Yeah.
As far as I know, the resolutions are the same as on Battlefield 4. It makes me wonder about Battlefront coming up later in the year as well. Like, what is this our standard now, or is it? I just don't know. It's very disappointing. I don't think that this is a time to be talking about the difference in resolutions between the consoles.
I think
the problem is we're console gamers, Xbox or PlayStation, and
we're both getting fucked in the bum.
Yes, it's worrying. Much. I don't know what's going on,
because it's not like they've got to learn how to make these games better on these consoles, because like you say, these are PCs. That was because that was the excuse back in the day. Well, not back in the day, like on the previous consoles, it's like, oh no, we can't get the best out of the PS3 because it's a different chipset, and all this, it's all, we have to use your program. But on these new ones, I thought that issue had gone. I thought there wasn't an issue. It's like, this is pretty much a PC, go nuts.
Yeah, it's really worrying. And on that note, Ash, now it's time for you to tell us why you're excited about Battlefield Hardline.
I don't think I am anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry, have I broken you?
Maybe. No, for some reason, this past week I've started to get excited about it. No, not even excited. I'm just getting along with the hype, but there's not, I don't know, it's weird. So I watched a few videos, and I'm like, this could actually be quite fun. So I've got it pre-ordered now. And luckily, there's EA have done their thing, the EA Access, where the Xbox gamers with it can get 10 hours of free play, which I think is absolutely fantastic. The publicity on that's going to be awesome, because everyone that's got it can just play it for free for 10 hours, and then they can make their judgment on if it's great, if it's shit, if it's alright. And the good thing about the internet, everyone says crap on the internet. I mean, that's what we're doing right now. So they're going to be expressing their opinions. There's going to be videos and stuff on there. So I don't have to take all the articles that I have to read, or from the games journalists. I haven't got to read them. I can see actual normal people playing this game and base my judgment on that. And I've got a week of that to say, do I keep it? Do I cancel my pre-order?
I'm well jealous of that EA Access thing, by the way. That's a massive boon for the Xbox One.
Well, mate, they haven't got Rainbow Six on there, so I don't want it.
No, fair enough.
It's the only game I want.
Yeah. We've actually got questions about Rainbow Six coming up towards the end of the podcast.
Good.
It's going to be rather good. Good. I'm pleased. Yeah, no, do you think... Are you just desperate for a fucking shooter?
I think I am. I think that's
one of the reasons
what it is.
that you're so excited.
Over Christmas, there was the Call of Duty floaty game, whatever one it is, Universal Warfare we'll call it. It was on offer for like £20, and I was like, 20 quid. There's nothing. I'll buy it, and if it's crap, I'll trade it in for like 15 quid. Like, that's £5 loss. I'll take a punt. I didn't, and I feel like I missed out there. And like, there's been times where I'm thinking, let's load up Destiny. Let's play that. But that's just a bad idea, and we never have. Well, you did once. I don't know why.
I loaded it up last week because I wanted to see if they would reward me for returning to the game having not played it for about 3 months. The answer is no.
Oh well. So yeah, I'm just desperate for a first-person shooter. That's all, buddy.
Well, that's fair enough. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. It probably better be good because the last time I checked, Visceral was an EA company, and
oh yeah, God, danger time.
But yeah, let's move on to our next news story, which is that GTA heists are live,
and now they are working. They're
working now, are they?
They are working now.
First 2 days it was completely broken. We couldn't get on the servers. We'd love to tell you what we make of that, but we haven't had the chance because they've been buggered. We'll talk about it next week. What I will say, and I think I mentioned this actually in our Helldivers video, is that I don't really understand how GTA ever works. GTA Online it's the most spectacular achievement I've ever witnessed from a gaming point of view. I don't know how it ever works, and for those reasons, if there's a company I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to, it's Rockstar. But we were pretty fucked off at the time, although Helldivers made it all better.
Gibbons.
But I'm looking forward to getting on it, and we'll talk about it next week proper. For now, we'll move on.
Sack that off.
We'll move on. We've got another news story here. The Xbox One March update is rolling out, including friend suggestions and screenshots and all sorts of other guff, this, that and the other.
Everyone likes an update.
You're going to want those updates.
I want them.
There's yeah, there's not really much else to say about that. It's good that they keep bringing out new shit. I think there's a PlayStation update as well, which is later in our little news section. We'll talk about that too.
Yeah.
But for now, we'll move on to
delays.
Yes.
Love delays. But then again, I'll take the delay if the game works when it comes out.
I'm more than happy to wait. It's annoying. It's often annoying, but I mean, I don't mind you delaying your game if it works when it comes out. But last year, Drive Club came out, buddy, and
that was delayed.
So yeah, that was delayed a year and came out and didn't work for 6 weeks. So anyway, Uncharted 4 has been delayed until spring 2016. Ash, I didn't know that game had a release date.
Apparently so. I thought it was it was bound surely around Christmas time this year. That standard time for releasing every single fucking game in the planet. Don't think about spreading it across the year. Yeah, let's just bombard everyone at Christmas time. Twats.
What do you think's going to be our summer game this year? There's always, Dead Island. Dead Island was a bit of a good one for that. They always launched when there was nothing else for 6 weeks. So
yeah,
people
I do like to give it the Dead Island syndrome. There was Dead Island. Yeah. Payday 2 was a fucking brilliant Dead Island syndrome. That game went mental. And it was shit.
Yeah.
But because it was the first game, Destiny, boom, last year's fucking one. Even though that was ridiculous.
I don't know about that.
No.
That's controversial.
That was shit. But that was the first game everyone was so excited about over the summer. They're like, yes, games, here it comes, bam, 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 bam. And then, what a pile of shit. Standard.
I agree with you that Destiny was shit.
So you got Dead Island, Payday 2, Destiny, boom. I don't even know what's coming out around that time, but whoever it is, they made the right decision because they're going to be the first game out. Everyone's going to go nuts for it. They're going to make a load of money, and yeah, it'll be sweet.
Didn't like Sniper Elite is another one where they always
probably
come out in that sort of
and they'll just make
sort
a
of thing.
shit ton of money because there's no other games, like they're not competing with anyone. I don't know why other game companies don't do it. It's dumb.
Well, fair fucking play to them.
Because
More power
they still
to them,
sell a
that's what I say.
shitload at Christmas if it's a good game. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like FIFA sells all year round. But then again, that's released in with the tie-in with the Premier League, isn't it? The release.
Yeah.
But Call of Duties and shit.
The other big delayed game is Project Cars. It's been delayed again. It had already been delayed from the end of March to the start of April. It's now been delayed till mid-May. Fucks me off.
99%.
Obviously.
Oh no, 99.9% complete.
Yeah, they came out with a very strange statement today saying that it's like 99% complete, but those last percent of niggles always take the extra time, which I suppose logically
I can
makes
understand
sense.
that.
And yeah, as you said, you know, we don't want stuff.
We want it to work.
We want stuff to come out and work and be good. And then once it does come out and is good or bad or whatever, we want people to comment on it properly.
Yeah.
I see a lot of occasions where a game will come out broken and there'll be people on the forums and the Facebook pages saying, "Oh, stop having a go at them. They're working their hardest to fix it and stuff."
Best.
I'm sorry, fuck off. Fuck off with that. These are products that you buy as a consumer, and if they're broken when they're released, then you've been failed as a consumer.
Going to the cinema and watching a film and like
goes upside down halfway through. They're like, "What?
Or
We're
like
still working
one
on
of the
it."
actors like forgets his lines and they're like, "Oh yeah,
sorry.
yeah, thanks, mate. I know that line now," and then goes on with it. I mean, what the fuck?
It's the same. It's a product. It's a product to the end of the day. You buy a vacuum cleaner that explodes within the first hour, then
broken.
I'm sorry, I'll probably complain about that.
Yeah.
And the same should apply with video games. I know that it's
What's the
people are
retail
making
issue with
strides
that?
forward.
There was always controversy about like the whole you can't bring back games because you might have pirated it, or you can't bring back games because you've opened the seal now. It's like, for fuck's sake, it's just a shit game. I'm bringing it back.
Yeah,
I
think it's hard to say really, isn't it, these days, because everything's kind of going digital.
Yeah,
But,
true. There's no refunds for digital stuff at all. I think people did get refunds for Drive Club though, because that was just fucking.
Well, all
ridiculous.
it means is, as a consumer, you got to be more savvy. You don't
you just
pre-order
don't pre-order,
stuff.
do
You
you?
wait a week or two
Never
after it
pre-order.
comes out.
I'm saying never pre-ordered. I fucking pre-ordered Battlefield Hardline.
yeah. It's a bold move, Cotton.
Yeah, well played. After the Battlefield 4 launch being fucking shenanigans. Jesus.
I traded that fucker in straight away.
Yeah, you did.
Man. That was so annoying, that game.
Yeah, it could be
the very
better.
first time I played a game on... first time I played a game on that, and there was... everyone on the map just disappeared into the floor.
Cool.
And then I quit out and loaded a new game, and it loaded up, and no one had any guns. Everyone was just running about, like, no one had any guns.
Cool.
I was like, yeah, I'll probably return this. Thanks. Anyway, let's move on to the next story, which is the PS4 system update, which includes the ability to pause and resume games.
Yeah, they finally came out and statemented it, didn't they? Because there was loads of like leaks and stuff. Standard.
Yeah. It's cool. It's like if you've ever done the nefarious ROMs and so on with Mega Drive, like games like Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and stuff, and those save states where you can literally just pause the thing, exit it, and then when you load it back up again, it's exactly where you left it and you carry on. I think that's going to be really cool, having that on the PS4.
Yeah.
The other thing that the update gives you is 60 frames per second share play, which is really cool. I don't know if it'll work.
What kind of
but
internet do
very
you need
cool.
for that though? Surely.
God knows. God knows.
Because we've done a couple.
We played Octodad,
And
didn't
it's
we?
been-
Share play.
Yeah, we smashed. That was hard. That was really hard. But yeah, it worked fine. We tried some like, what was it, FIFA back in the day as well when it first came out, and it was okay. It was a bit jittery here and there, but 60 frames per second.
You got used to it.
Yeah, you did get used to it.
I can't help but think that having it 60 frames is just gonna make the input lag more obvious. Like if you have got connection problems, then
I'm guessing
they're gonna be more
they've
visible.
tested this, and we will have to wait and see, buddy.
Well, I guess once it comes out, we'll test it, and then we'll report back to you, rather than speculating now. Good point.
Then
buddy.
we can play Skylanders together. Yeah.
You fucking love Skylanders.
Mate, I've got a 5-year-old son. Of course I love Skylanders.
Yeah, fair enough. Next story. The BBC are making a documentary drama on GTA.
Drama?
Well, this is the thing. Originally it was announced as some sort of drama, but I think it's a documentary. Like they're not actually like it's not like a
like EastEnders
drama or something. Yeah, it's just not. Yeah, it's not like EastEnders. There's a quote from the BBC. This was the thing that really stood out from this story, by the way. There's this quote, and it's written in a way that suggests that the person who was quoted has never even seen like a Nintendo. Like they've absolutely no idea. Are you on the page?
Yeah, I've just gone onto it now, just to like have a quick flick through. Go on.
Okay, I'd love you to read this for us. I'd really like that.
Put me on the spot here. Not happy about that.
Yeah. So scroll down. We're actually using the Video Gamer news feed, by the way. Spoilers. If you head down to update 2.
Yeah.
And the first bit with inverted commas, the unlike many coding bit.
Well, underneath that, yeah. So unlike many coding success stories, Grant Theft Auto. I'm guessing that was what I was meant to read. Or do you want me to carry on?
Well, the whole thing.
Okay,
Unlike many coding success stories, Grand Theft Auto was not created in Silicon Valley.
Wow.
Oh man.
So what? This is like a. It says the BBC has confirmed that the show will be a 90-minute long drama that will tell the story of the greatest drama. Great British coding success story of Bletchley Park.
So they're comparing it to the Enigma machine.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of this whole thing. What I will say is that the fella who's name checked as being in the sort of go-to guy for the Beeb to understand what the fuck this is all about is Guy Cocker, who is no mug. Like he knows his shit. I listen quite regularly to his podcast. I say regularly. There's often like 4-month gaps between the podcasts, but when he releases a podcast, I listen to it, and he's very knowledgeable. If he's involved, then it'll at least be accurate. Yeah, I'd be happy to suggest that that's the case. But very strange story. Not sure what that's all about.
Yeah.
Pretty weird.
No. I don't know, buddy.
I mean, anything that brings gaming to the public eye is cool. But, I don't know what they mean. Drama, documentary, what is it?
I don't know. We shall see again. We're going to have the wait and see quote in there again. Ooh.
We need like a we shall see corner where we go back to all these stories that we don't have answers to.
Like a little theme in there and things. Yeah, sounds good. We'll do it.
So next, you're going to be excited about this. You ready for this?
No.
Okay. Do you want me to skip past it then and we'll talk about it later?
I am excited because I really fucking want one. But then it's the bit you write after.
PS4 is getting a real-time strategy game.
Yes.
But it's free to play.
Boo.
No, it might be good.
It's not going to be good. But I think this is the second one that's been announced because there was the other one, the guys that made Endless Legends. Something Magic of War or something like that got announced a few weeks ago. And I was like, oh yeah, Endless Legends, that game's freaking awesome. And then I look at like some thing of this other game that's meant to be coming out, and it looks toilet. I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, I have no idea about this because I haven't looked at any news today. So I'm going to open the link while you talk about it. Go.
Okay, well, this is Air Mech Arena. It's a game that is coming to Xbox One and PS4 quite soon, I think, as well. It's a game that's been out already on 360 and PC. I don't know. It always piques my interest when we see a story about an RTS on consoles.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, Ash, the last RTS game that we played for any length of time on consoles was Halo Wars.
Fucking what a game though! What
It's a great game. Yeah, that was a cool game.
It had the best controls for an RTS on a console, hands down. Like,
it was a cool game, very cool game. So you're looking at this story now.
There's not much about it. There's not. It's not saying a lot. It's literally.
It looks
saying,
alright there, doesn't it?
That one picture looks ace. I'm definitely going to be keeping a close eye on this and seeing if it actually does develop any good. When's it coming out? Does it say?
This spring.
Fuck off. So,
we're
mate,
basically
we're
in
going to be
spring.
playing that in a couple of months. Then I'll do a video and either slate it or praise it. You know, we'll see.
Sounds good.
But yeah, I'm excited about it. I like games like that. Well, I love games like
There's
that.
such a
It's
gap
cool.
there. For someone who brings out a decent RTS, there's you got no competition.
Nah,
if
not
it's
on
good,
console.
then you're away.
Yeah, true. But the whole thing is like, oh, do console gamers play RTSs? Yeah, I fucking do. Bring one out, you cunts. But yeah.
Yeah, damn right. Damn right.
But yeah, the majority of people wouldn't play it, and yeah, I can see why people don't make them because there's probably not a lot of money in it, and PCs where it's at. Just we'll see. It should be good. Hopefully.
We shall see.
Oh,
I hope it's
la
good as
la
well,
la.
man.
We shall see. Oh, no, that's yeah.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Okay, last story. This is our last story. It's been quite the news section this week. We've had a lot going on.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
This is short but sweet, but also, if you're excited about Hardline, then Titanfall 2 announced for Xbox One, PC, and PS4.
I thought they just said it was multi-platform, or have they come out and said it now? Last time I heard it was just saying multi-platform.
As far as I know, what I just read was accurate.
Okay.
So yeah, it's coming out on all platforms. I mean, multi-platform would mean the same anyway, wouldn't it? Like, they wouldn't say multi-platform if it was just Xbox and PC because people would like lose their minds. I think that is excellent news. I think everyone kind of thought that was going to happen anyway, and I'm very excited about it. Although, from what I've heard, it hasn't had the longevity that people were expecting. Like, Respawn kind of thought this would be a big shooter for a very long time, and from what I've heard from Xbox One players, it's kind of sparse on the servers now. There's not so many people playing.
Really?
It hasn't had the longevity. Yeah, apparently it's kind of died a death very, very quickly, which is quite surprising.
Well, I keep seeing it pop up on like Origin for like peanuts, and like I think they on this past week you could get like the whole season pass for free on Xbox One.
Really?
Like you could just Yeah, I'm sure I saw it, and yeah. So yeah, I'm guessing Titanfall's doing great if they're giving the season pass away. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that's not ideal. Was that on Savvy Gamer?
It was on one of them. I think I check Hot UK deals like
Yeah.
on an hourly basis because there's nothing more that I
love
want to
that
spend my
shit.
money on. I'm like, yeah, I'll spunk money on that all day.
Well, either way, I'm well up for Titanfall.
Yeah,
So,
man, it'll be
if
good.
Titanfall 2 is coming out on PS4, then I'm delighted about that. What I really want is multi-platform. It won't happen, but what I'd really like it is if there was, everyone could play everyone on Xbox and PlayStation at least.
Yeah, just
the
not
PC users. I'm sorry, you can stay away with your
Yeah.
mouse because you're gonna just dick all over us.
Ah,
but
there was a game on the 360 like Shadow something, and that had like 360
Shadowrun.
There you go, Shadowrun. And
Yeah.
I bought it, and I was like, oh, yeah, this would be good fun, playing against PC people. Fuck off, was it? It was horrible. I just died and died and died and died. It was ridiculous. You could clearly see at the end of like the levels or whatever, when it had like the kills, you could see he was on PC because it was just like they'd be on like 50, you'd be on like 2. It was like,
yeah, you can't beat a mouse.
No, mouse and keyboard. I mean, like I prefer shooters on controllers, but there's clearly benefits to it on mouse and keyboard because you can do it faster. But yeah, that's just me being my personal view on that. But
no, fair play, man. Yeah, that is the news.
News.
Do you have a question for us here at the Justice for Gamers podcast? Every week we'll be ending the show with questions and comments sent in by you. Pop us a message on one of our social media sites or send an email to contact@justiceforgamers.com and we'll do our best to sort you out. So, we've reached the questions and answers section of the podcast, Ash, and we actually have some questions to answer, which is very exciting. I think you'll agree.
I am so excited. It's unbelievable. Okay. Come on, hit me with your best shot.
Okay, okay, here we go then. This is from Simon. Ubisoft have announced a closed alpha for PC for Rainbow Six Siege. What about PS4 and Xbox One for those with Xbox Ones?
What about Wii U? That's what I'm saying.
What about Wii U? I mean, if you've got a Wii U and you're after Rainbow Six Siege, I'd like to apologise on behalf of Nintendo for alienating all third-party studios.
Yeah. I thought they were chums in with Ubisoft, though.
I don't think they're chums in with anyone now.
Probably not.
They're just going to keep releasing Zeldas.
Love it. Windwalker Waker.
Windwalker Waker. Mm-hmm. Moonraker, Moonwalker.
Yeah, Moonwalker Waker.
They're away.
Zelda.
So, so the Siege closed alpha was actually announced on Thursday, and I've done a little bit of digging and looking around the internet. There have been no announcements of any kind for anything other than the PC. It says that the closed alpha is exclusive to PC users. I've actually got the PC minimum system requirements here, but I'm not going to read those because you can find them. You can find them yourself. But here is a quote from Ubisoft. The PC is the lead development platform. That's why we feel it's natural to start by testing the game on this platform. Now, Ubisoft haven't been known of recent times to be careful with their words, but that sounds to me that yeah, and it sounds to me to start by testing the game on this platform suggests that
it will come to
there
us
will
later.
be tests on other platforms.
It will do. Like it will. Yeah, it will do. It will do.
I feel like UB have kind of learnt their lesson from the debacles of last year. I think they're going to extensively test everything from now on. I'd imagine that if they had a meeting at the end of last year, that would have been the first thing suggested.
Yeah.
I've no doubt there'll be alphas and betas for Rainbow on both PlayStation and Xbox.
And PC, yeah. Not Wii U.
But they haven't announced when that's going to happen, so no news really at this point.
Do you not think that there might be an issue with getting people to use like the alpha and the beta? Is that people will be like, well, there's bugs in this, there's going to be bugs in the full game. Like, you know how people think.
Well, the problem is that these alpha and betas keep getting packaged in with like pre-orders and stuff.
Well, yeah.
And then, you know, if that all that serves to do is if you're basically charging, because that's what you're doing there.
Yeah, you're charging.
You know, if you're packaging an alpha in with a pre-order as a pre-order bonus, then you're charging for your alpha and beta, and then you can't then be surprised if the people on that see problems with the alpha and beta and treat it as though it's a demo and complain about it.
Have you been on the Justice for Gamer website, by the way? You know, are you quoting me? What I've written?
I'm sorry, have I snatched up on your point?
No, it's fine, buddy. You know, you take the reins. You know, you coin that as your own.
We toe a corporate line at Justice for Gamers where all of our opinions belong to every member of the Justice
Indeed.
for Gamers. So,
but yeah, you're totally right with that. I mean, the instance was like, I mean, we played the Destiny alpha and beta. And just remember, like, the response after the alpha about Dinklage's voice. Oh, he sounds shit. He sounds like he's not even a robot. He's got no life. Well, like, yeah, it's an alpha. It's not gonna. They're not gonna put the final piece in there. That'd be stupid. Like,
no, it was shit though, wasn't it?
Oh, it was dog shit. But, but I mean, like, this is. I
get where you're coming from.
Like,
though.
there was so much negativity from that. Like, people were like, "Oh no." I don't know.
We'll see.
It's dangerous. Alpha and beta tested in public, but they have to do it these days if they're going to be on large-scale servers across the whole world with millions of players playing it and things. But yeah,
it's striking a balance between it's consumer feedback, but not at the expense of the vision of the game. If you're using the feedback from a technical stance, in that you're making the game work properly, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you start taking that consumer opinion on board for your artistic concept of what the game is, then that's when things start getting a little bit muddy and a little bit dangerous.
Yeah, true.
I think. But I don't know. I've got massive faith in the Rainbow Six franchise. The same guys are making this one as made the last one. The last one was one of my favourite shooters, probably my favourite multiplayer shooter of all time.
Yeah, it's cracking, wasn't it?
So I mean, we were still playing that game 6 years after it came out.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's longevity for a video game. That is fucking longevity.
And
so
it looked shit as well.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, mate.
yeah.
Don't be
Vegas
stealing my
awful,
game of the year.
It didn't matter.
That you're looking forward to, because that's my one.
No. We will briefly discuss the best year of gaming at the end of this section, and you can rest assured I'm not touching your year, mate. It's yours.
It's
all
year,
yours.
My year. Go on then. What's next?
Another question from Simon. How many beers get you in the perfect zone for gaming?
It's a difficult one, because, you know, on certain occasions, you know, it might hit me hard at the start, but then, you know,
depends what you had for dinner.
Yeah, true. How quickly, you know, it's like some sort of algorithm that I can't explain. But I'd probably go for 6. I think that's a good dose.
6. What, you're on your 6th beer when you're in the zone?
I think so. Well, I feel like I'm in the zone. I'm probably nowhere near the zone, but I feel like I'm
There's
all
some
about
sort of
it.
Perception problem there in my eyes. Having played Pro Evo with you after you've had 6 beers,
Okay.
I would suggest that you're at your best around the 3 or 4 beer mark.
Okay.
but that's just me, buddy.
That's fine. I'll allow that.
I would go with number 3 personally. I think when I tuck into my 3rd can, that's when I'm lubed up. I'm ready to go.
You're hot for preacher.
Yeah. Simon's got one more question, and I'm pretty sure this one's for you.
Yeah. I'm reading it, and I don't think it is for me.
Simon asks you specifically, what's up with your fucking face?
I'll respond with, what's up with your fucking face?
Okay, well, we will wait to hear from Simon to see if he has any answer to that witty retort. And we will move on to the next question, which is from Ellen, and it's, what's your opinion on long-running franchises like Metal Gear Solid, Assassin's Creed, and COD? Do you think they're reinventing themselves sufficiently, or is it just flogging a dead horse and cashing in? What do you reckon?
Bit of both.
Totally agree. You got to take it game by game, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, was it Call of Duty used to do a thing, I don't even know if they do it anymore, where it was like Infinity Ward and then the other ones, I can't remember who did it. They would do it one year they do it, and then the other year the other ones do it, kind of thing. That was cool. And like, I always preferred, like, I think it was Infinity Ward when I was playing COD back then, because I thought Black Ops was toilet. And also, what was the other one? The Cold War or something, I can't remember what it was. That was also toilet.
Treyarch is the other company you were looking for.
Treyarch.
World at War being the worst COD I've ever played in my life.
That was the one, and that was horrible. And like, I got caught up in the buzz again, you know, like I do. Like I'm getting caught up in the buzz for Hardline, for Black Ops, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll buy it. And I did, and I was like, traded it in for like Assassin's Creed 3, I think it was. No, Revelations even at the time, and that was much more fun. So I think they're necessary for the gaming industry because they generate so much money, and like the promotion on them, like it's everywhere, so everyone knows that computer games are everywhere, kind of thing. So it's good in that perspective, but like I'll buy an Assassin's Creed game once every 3 to 4 years maybe. I haven't bought a COD game for ages, kind of thing. Metal Gear, never got into it, but there's loads of them, like Gears of War. I played the first 2 and then I bought the 3rd and didn't play that, so I don't know, I guess I get a bit bored after a time. But then again, you've got like stuff like Pro Evo and F1, you know, stuff that comes out every year that I probably will just buy.
Yeah, I don't think you can count the annual franchise. Well, I say that, but stuff like Assassin's Creed's gone annual now.
Yeah,
as well,
everything's annual. Like, Battlefield not, but COD's annual. Everything's on an annual cycle now.
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, it doesn't do much for innovation. I always remember reading a thing, not to single out EA once again, having already bashed them, but I remember reading an interview with EA Sports before FIFA, I think it was 13, came out. And they, in the interview, they were talking about what they were going to do on FIFA 14, but also what they had planned for FIFA 15 and 16. And the idea that a company has already worked out what improvements are required and is holding them back for future releases, that's the problem with franchise gaming.
Yeah.
The fact that you're always doing just enough to satisfy your consumers, saving enough back for the following year, because if you blow your load too soon the following year, you run out of ideas, you could kill the franchise. It's a weird juggling act. It's completely anti-consumer, and I don't like it at all. Having said that, it's these different franchises are going to go from strength to strength. I mean, apparently Advanced Warfare is very good this year. Apparently Ghosts was shite. I haven't played either of them because I haven't played a COD game since Modern Warfare 2, I don't think. But yeah, I don't think it's good for the industry. I think it's good for the publishers. I don't think it's going to stop though, so it's probably not really that relevant talking about it. We just have to kind of lump it and vote with your feet, vote with your wallet.
Vote with your wallet.
Vote with your fucking wallet. And don't pre-order anything.
Vote for me. Give me your wallet.
Yeah, vote for Ash.
Give me your wallet.
Give it to Ash. Another question from Ellen. Is mobile gaming good or bad for proper gaming? So, these people sitting on the train playing Candy Crush, do you think that is of any benefit to console gamers and PC gamers in terms of the idea of gaming as a thing? Do you think it's detrimental? Do you think it belittles people spending the extra money on games and so on?
I mean, the thing is,
I think you'll find
they don't
most people who are playing games on the
train.
train. Exactly. Yes, spot on, mate. Absolutely. I don't think they see that as gaming.
No,
I
they
think
just
they're two
see it
separate
as like,
things
I'm just doing this. I'm not. That's not gaming. I'm just, I'm just doing this. What are you doing? You're playing
just
a game.
Just a little app you're playing on the train.
No, I'm just doing. I'm this on my app. So you're playing a game. So you're doing some gaming. they don't see it as proper gaming, or they don't even see it as gaming, not even proper gaming, whatever that means. But yeah, they don't see it as gaming, so I don't know, it's not doing any good. I don't know, it's not doing any bad. It's just
they don't see it as gaming, and we don't see it as gaming.
So,
I think it's a different thing altogether. I don't think that the two things are the same.
No, not at all.
I don't think it has any bearing on PlayStation or Xbox or Steam or Nintendo.
Do you think that's why, bit of news, that Sony have closed down their mobile thing, or whatever it is, Sony Mobile? Because they're like...
I'd imagine they've closed that down because it's not very
it's
popular.
Probably toilet, but like, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it didn't, maybe there's not that kind of like thing between like actual gaming and mobile gaming. Maybe there's like a complete division. They're like, Sony figured that out and like, oh, sank that off because we've got more attention in this sector because the PS4 is doing so well. I don't know.
I think companies like Sony, they're going for the whole streaming thing, the remote play thing, the share play thing. You know, you're already getting to the stage where various phones are streaming your console to your mobile and so on.
Yeah, true.
I think they're certainly aiming for high-end gaming on. You know, they're aiming for streaming. You know, it's why they bought Gaikai. It's why they've done that. And yeah, I don't think really that mobile gaming, you know, like Bejeweled and Candy Crush and stuff, I don't think it's really relevant.
I do like the like add-on features that you get on mobile, like the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag one.
Oh yeah, there was that
app and stuff where you could do your boat battles and stuff. Hells, man, I played that loads when like I was putting my daughter to sleep. Like she'd be sleeping in my arms. I'd just be like, yeah, just get a little bit of ship battles going on now and some more moolah. And yeah, that was great. Stuff like that's wicked. And like the whole like, I don't know about the Division. About how
you're supposed to be able to fly the UAV around, aren't you?
Fly the UAV on that, yeah. So maybe
we'll
that
believe
can
it when
work.
we fucking see it, won't we, son?
Yeah, we'll see that. Wait and see.
No, that would be good. That'd be cool.
So I like that kind of mobile gaming because it links in with it, but actual mobile gaming is nah. It's dog shit.
Agreed. And our final question for this week and to the very end of the podcast, Johnny Briggs writes in and says, what is your favourite gaming year? He definitely wasn't coerced into writing that question into us. It's not something that we wanted to talk about already, and we're hoping for an easy crowbar into that sort of...
no, it's long-term listener and subscriber, Johnny Briggs.
Long-term, yep. It's Johnny Briggs. It's Johnny Briggs. Everyone knows Johnny Briggs, don't they?
Yeah, you know Johnny Briggs.
Favourite gaming year. We're working at the moment on a fairly big feature where we've picked our favourite year for game releases or game experiences. I hate that word, by the way, gaming experiences.
I experience all the games.
Yeah, you love it. But you know what I mean. Your standout year in gaming. We've actually got a new writer on board. A good friend of mine from uni, Sam, who did some great video game writing back a few years ago when we were at uni together, and he's got on board with his gaming year as well. So this is going to be an article where the three of us have picked our favourite years in gaming, and then we'll probably have some sort of arbitrary vote. You know, it's the internet, innit? You got to vote. Everyone has to know what everyone else thinks. You know, maybe I'll go down the high street, ask people what their favourite gaming year was, get punched in the face a few times.
We'll do a ballot and vote.
Probably best. Yeah, we'll do a ballot. Yeah, we get UKIP and the Green Party involved. It'd be a big sort of universal thing. But anyway, we won't spoil that by talking too much about it right now. But what I can tell you is that Sam's chosen year is 2013. Mine is 2004, and yours, Ash, is 2002.
Yeah, suck it.
I can't help but notice 2002 is the year of Sim Golf.
Yeah, mate.
From Maxis.
That's it. What more do you need?
And I'm quaking in my little space boots having read that.
You better be scared.
But that should be good. We'll bring you more on that when we've got it. But yeah, that is the end of questions.
End of questions. Thank you.
So, yeah, I think that's the end of the second ever Justice for Gamers podcast. Have you had a nice time, Ash?
Yeah, it's been good. There's been highs and lows, you know. I feel like I've been very negative, but in a positive way. So it's okay.
Is this going to be an ongoing thing where at the end of every podcast you say something fucking baffling?
Probably.
Like last week when you were like, I've been thinking about what games. I don't want to play any games.
Well, you know, it's the sneaky reverse, you know. No one expects it, but they will do now.
The old
Thanks for
switcheroo.
ruining it, but yeah.
Sorry about
that.
that.
I think this week's gone really well. It's been very fun. I think we've touched on some hot topics this week, and I'm very much looking forward to next week's.
Yeah, I'm glad that this week I don't sound like I'm a snake.
Well, we shall
people
see.
Were kind of.
I might add that in post.
People were under the impression that I was actually a snake, which probably would have garnered us some publicity, but
Yeah, it would have been.
but no, I'm not a snake.
No, unfortunately.
So yeah, I think that'll probably do us, buddy, and we will catch up with everyone next week. Hopefully, we'll have played GTA Heists by that point, and we can give you a bit of an opinion on that. But yeah, until then, it's goodbye from me, Alex, and it's goodbye from Ash.
Ta-ra.
You've been listening to the Justice for Gamers podcast with Ash and me, Alex. We release this every Sunday night, so you can preload it for the week ahead. To find out more, head to justiceforgamers.com, Facebook.com/justiceforgamers, or Twitter @justiceforgamer. If you have anything interesting to say, pop an email to contact@justiceforgamers.com, and if you could write us a review on iTunes, we'd be forever in your debt. Have a cracking week, and we'll catch you next time.